All right, Tim. Let's move along now to a little Jordan Love talk. We already kind of dove into it a little bit. People, Mike Witt giving us the perfect segue. Appreciate you, buddy, and also Michael Diesel train too. Here is the first pass I want to talk about, and if you'll get me that screen grab, this was Jordan Love with a dime piece to Luke Musgrave on the run, a little boot action, if I remember correctly. This was a phenomenal play. Love to see Musgrave getting involved, but Jordan Love just spreading the love around on Thanksgiving Day, man. Here we go.
Singled up, Love on the play pass, looking for downfield catch, and there it is. Wow, Luke Musgrave, the tight end, who could
absolutely awesome. And as I'm watching it back here, it looks like it's kind of a crossing flood pattern. I believe it's Wicks at the mid. You've got basically you're doing a play action boot to the left, okay, yep. And then you're rolling right. And what's cool is you've got Scoot was lined up as the 2 on the left. So they play action. He comes all the way across, almost looks like he's going to sift block. He's the leaky guy underneath. Musgrave goes up the field and runs a corner route, and then you got a crosser coming underneath. So you're attacking.
Low read for Jordan. Yep. Yeah.
You're attacking at 3 levels. You got the deep corner, you got the crosser, and you got Watson underneath. They clamped on Watson. They bounced the coverage back on the mid read, and Jordan tosses it over the top to Musgrave, who made a great diving catch. So hell of a play there. You love to see Musgrave getting involved. But, Tim, another good thing about Jordan Love that's very important is making sure you're keeping everyone involved in this offense so nobody feels like they're cut out of the deal. They're cut out of the plan, right? I think that's absolutely huge, and Jordan does that really well.
That was evident yesterday, right? Spread that ball around. I mean, yeah, Tay Wicks was the dude, right? Obviously, had a hell of a game. But Rome had a nice touchdown grab. You know, Scoot had an incredible touchdown. I mean, I can't wait to watch that one back for the 500th time. That was a dime piece throw. But and then, yeah, you get Musgrave involved. We had Josh Jacobs involved in a couple of pass plays. You know, this team is playing as a unit, man. And Jordan is probably looking through the same lens as Matt LaFleur is. You know, when it comes to this scheme, you know, I'm going to hit the right opening in my read progression, period. And, yeah, in crunch time, you're going to think play or not play. You're going to go to the guys that you're feeling that, you know, most comfortable with or who has the hot hand. But at the end of the day, when you're gathering intel and scheming against that defense, you're going to hit the open man. And, you know, again, like Too Old for This said, you know, you got to do your job. Guys were catching the ball this week. We didn't have drop issues. And you see what the result is, right? You know, 4 tutters on the day, right? Spread around. Got to love it.
Yeah. Mike Witt in the chat with a super chat. Thank you, buddy. He says, won't be talked about much this week, but I've been impressed with Ryan as our center. Him and Belton were really moving people yesterday. Yeah, Belton, we'll talk about the snap count at the end of the show here. Belton, I mean, whether we think he's the right guy or not, I love to see the fact that a second-round pick is out there. Hey, go take your lumps now, right? Yeah. And again, we always felt like Jordan Morgan was more of a left tackle than a right guard. So this allows him to kind of let's hone that craft and get ready to replace Rasheed Walker next year. We talk about it every week, but yeah, I agree with what Mike says here. All these plays that we're playing, the sound bites too, without the offensive line, they don't happen. And I agree with Ryan. I don't think Ryan is a starting caliber center in my opinion, but boy, is he filling that void right now.
He's getting there.
Yeah. He's really doing his part. So. Yeah,
the snaps, you know, we talked about the snap issues. We had a couple of high snaps in the last couple of games, and Sean Ryan really put it together. Looked good out there. I remember that free play we had. Great job by Sean Ryan to snap that ball with that guy in the neutral zone and then back up and not make contact because, you know, they blow it dead if you make contact. So we ended up getting a free shot play out of it. So I think that was a good heads up play by our center. And I agree, Clayton. I think he's filling in really nicely considering we have no Big E out there.
Yeah. And continuing this whole Jordan Love spreading the ball around, here you had Jordan Love touchdown to Romeo Doubs. Packers that would give the Packers a 17-7 lead, and that put them up currently in the middle 8. So this happened with like 2 minutes left. So this would give the Green Bay Packers the 7-0 middle 8 lead at the time. The turnover differential obviously stayed at 0-0 all day, but this was Jordan Love to Romeo Doubs on a touchdown.
Here's Love, looking corner, throwing that way. It is caught by Romeo Doubs. Touchdown, Packers.
Absolutely awesome. And again, watching it back here. So
perfect
just
ball
kind of
placement.
to give you guys an idea, the set was Trey left with Musgrave as the tight end. Everybody's in a nasty split. Dobby was in the 1 on the left. Then you have Watson in the 2. You know they're putting extra attention to him, and it looks like Musgrave. I believe that's Musgrave. It's hard to tell on the TV copy. Was the number 3 on the left. And when you roll the tape, Christian acts like he's going to run a little stutter step 9 fade and gets those 2 guys crossed up and then comes back across the formation. And Dobby just hits them with a little oomph and runs an out route. And what's Jordan's reading there is Watson to Rome. If Watson gets a free release, fire that thing to Watson. If they kind of get hung up on Watson, giving him too much attention, timing route to Rome. And just great hands by Romeo Doubs with the catch outside. Put it out and outside where only Romeo could catch it. Both feet in. Just a great grab. I'm telling you, man, there's nothing better than watching Romeo Doubs touchdown with that huge-ass Guardian cap, too. I love it. And it's grown on. I'm going to start wearing more on the show, to be honest with you.
I love it, man. But, hey, you know what, though? They can run that play in their sleep. You know, that's a staple of this of the Matt LaFleur red zone attack. And just great execution on a huge stage on Turkey Day. And, yeah, great hands by Rome. Great route by Rome, too. And then Jordan just putting that ball exactly where it needs to be.
Yeah, definitely. Coach Lentz's natural pick play, absolutely, right? Just whoever comes free, hit them for the tutter, right? Yep. And they did. They just kind of – it was a natural pick. Chester in the chat, that Doubs touchdown catch is going to bother number 6 all week, LOL. Yeah, it was a beautiful play, man, no doubt about it. So, all right, next play. Continuing on with the Jordan Love, just domination here on Thanksgiving Day, man, which, by the way, his stats on Thanksgiving are unbelievable. If I'm the Packers organization, I'm telling the league right now, we won't play next Thanksgiving. Make sure we're playing every Thanksgiving, please, sir. Because there's something about Jordan. All it took, Tim, was them stiffing him on that turkey leg, his first win. And now he's like, oh, I will make them give me a turkey leg from here on out. So here was Jordan Love to Christian Watson for the touchdown, giving the Packers a 24-14 lead. This looked like a stick nod route or an out and up. Some people call it different things. Nasty splits again. This time, it looks like you got Rome. I believe that's Rome. It's a 2x2, a dub set, 12 personnel out of the ace. So they got to put their base package in, and then you take a shot play to Christian Watson. Pass protection holds up, just like what Mike Diesel was saying in the chat. Protection holds up, little out and up, and off to the races. Here is the TV call on the Jordan Love to Christian Watson touchdown. I believe this was a 51-yarder, if I remember correctly. Here we go.
Love loads up, going deep. Christian Watson down there. He's got it. Touchdown, Packers.
Absolutely awesome. Watching his teammates respond to him too, Tim.
Oh, yeah.
Is so much fun, man. And again, when you look at the concept, we're going to break all this down on Chalk Talk for you guys and gals a little later in the week. It looks like both tight ends stayed in and they both leaked. So you had a double flat leak, right? And it was a play action, I believe, right? No, yeah, a little baby play action, not really. So what you had was, imagine a 2x2 set out of the ace single back set. You had the running back, Josh Jacobs, run a stab route, which is essentially a curl route out of the backfield. He's just going to go straight through the A gap and turn around, sit down. You had the tight ends chip and leak in the flat. So you got 3 options underneath, and then you got the shot play to Christian up top. And I'm trying to see what the number 1 did here real quick, because I think that was Romeo. It's hard to tell who it was. Let's see when the ball goes in the air. So, yeah, there was a double go. So they both may have run an out and up, Tim, a little stick nod route, which is basically get about 10 yards deep, run a little fake out, get them to clamp on the out, and then take the top off, right? So you, again, Matt LaFleur, give a little extra protection with the double chip, but you got two underneath routes on the outside. You got an underneath option with Josh Jacobs on the curl on the stab route, and then you got 2 deep plays. And, of course, you look up and go, okay, if it's single high and there's not bracket, we're going to number 9 on this one, baby.
Great ball placement by Jordan, too. Like you said, perfect placement to the inside, dropped it right in the bucket at like the 1 yard line, 2 yard line, walk-in touchdown for Scoot. Great route by Scoot as well. We won't have to hear any more of Corey for a while.
Receiver by 10 yards.
Exactly. Mike with the super chat. Listen to this, Tim. You're going to get fired up for this one, sir. Early forecast for next Sunday, 27 degrees and snow showers. Please let a Packers-Bears snow game. That would be amazing. With the NFC North on the line, holy cow, bro. Snow flying at Lambeau. Does it get any better?
Packers, Bears in the snow at Lambeau? I don't know. Only if I guess maybe for like the NFC Championship or something. That would be a pretty epic too. But we'll definitely take a divisional matchup at home. And it is Wisconsin, though. You know, the weather. You just wait 5 minutes; it might be totally different. So we'll see how it looks a little closer to kickoff, right?
Yeah, definitely. All right, so I quote tweeted 97.1 The Ticket, who had a interview at the locker with we'll keep that screen grab up if you don't care to, with Aiden Hutchinson. Okay, it says Hutch on the Packers' final 4th down conversion. Now, I'm not going to read the quote.
Great, dude. This is great, Clayton. I love it. They didn't believe us when we said this stuff.
Exactly.
Let's hear it from the guy doing it in the trenches. Let's hear what he has to say.
Right. Yeah. And I'm not going to read the quote because we're going to play the audio here. And hopefully you guys can hear it. If not, I'll try to amplify it on the pod. But you guys crank up your TV if you struggle to hear it. Again, 97.1 The Ticket, their Twitter account, posted this video/audio. I said, but Lion fans told me Jordan Love was a bum. You'll know why here in a second. Here's Aiden Hutchinson, his locker, talking about Jordan Love.
It seems like you're back or like a half second away from making that play. Did that kind of feel like it encapsulated the day for you guys from a pass rushing perspective?
Yeah, you know, Jordan does a good job of really drifts in the pocket a little bit back and kind of just throws it off his back foot. And he's really accurate when he does that, but that gives him a lot of time being so far back, you know. And I know me and Aleem were there, but it's just like, it was tough. It was tough. It was definitely, you know, it is what it was.
Is he unique? Last one, Will. Is he unique in the way that he does that, like relative to other quarterbacks in the league?
Yeah, I'd say probably he drifts more than anybody. You know, just getting a lot of depth. He likes to just see everything in front of him. You know, and I mean, he's got the arm talent for it. Just sit back there and
get the arm talent. I was told by Lions fans he didn't have arm talent.
And get real deep, but yeah, you know, continuing to find ways to improve.
Listen, I like Hutch. I think he's a tough football player. I think he's a guy that plays the game the right way, the whole 9 yards, right?
Yep.
That's why I take his opinion very, very highly, way higher than Lion fans, obviously. You could tell, Tim, in his voice, it was just like
frustrating.
What do we do?
Yeah.
This dude drifts all over the damn place, throws it off his back foot, and just drops, although Corey disagrees, dime pieces all over the field. It can
and then
be
we got to hear other mainstream analysts talk about throwing off the back foot is just, it's bad technique and you can't put anything into the throw. Why are you throwing off the back foot? Here's Aiden Hutchinson telling you why he didn't have a single sack yesterday.
Right.
And it's because of the fact that little extra drift back, that tenth of a second or whatever that buys you, it's evident. You can see it. I mean, it translated into 4 touchdowns yesterday, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Dennis Shook with the super chat. I'm taking my wife December 7th. Unfortunately, she is a Bears fan. Will you boys be there on Sunday?
The
Tim,
beard will be there.
Yeah, the beard will be there, Tim. You got tickets, Tim?
I do not have tickets, but the beard has tickets. So
okay. Got you.
He will be there. I believe him and his brother are coming down for the game.
Okay, got it. So, so you can look for Jacob. He will be the one running around with his shirt off and his nipples pierced and all that good stuff. He'll be that guy. So, but that's awesome that you're going, Dennis. So
I was invited too. A Bears fan and a Bears fan married a Packers fan.
See,
wow.
I kind of like this, Tim. I kind of like the fact. See, me and Dennis, we're cut from the same cloth.
Yeah.
You know, people complain about Russia all the time, right? You know what I did? I went and stole a Russian. Mandy's family's from Russia. I always say I stole one from Putin. That's what Dennis did. Just a matter of time, she'll be a Packers fan. And you know what? If she don't become a Packers fan, Dennis, you're keeping a close eye on the enemy. That's what I'm doing with Mandy. You kidding me with that Russian background? I ain't trying to do my American duty here. You know what I'm saying? So
I love it.
But yeah. So appreciate the super chat, Dennis. Enjoy the game, buddy. Y'all stay warm out there, and like I said, look for Beard. He'll he might be in cuffs by the time you see him too. Anyway, moving along to this. So, do you guys remember? And this is going to wrap up the Jordan Love talk. I believe there's so much Jordan Love talk. I absolutely love it. You guys remember, Tim? I know you probably remember this. Remember when the Giants played at Lambeau Field? And the Packers beat them in the playoffs. And Odell Beckham Jr. punched a hole in the wall at Lambeau in the
Yep.
locker room. And the meme went around where they'd taken a picture of the actual hole and somebody put Aaron Rodgers' face staring through.
Looking through.
So this account tweeted out, and listen, this is a comedy account here. Okay. I don't think this actually happened, which is funny. Lions fans like, this didn't happen. I know, buddy. And Jordan Love wasn't actually looking through the wall either. Okay. I did that. So just so we're all on the same page.
That belt to ass happened though yesterday. That definitely happened.
So this guy tweeted out, Lions head coach Dan Campbell reportedly put a hole in the wall inside the Lions locker room after getting beat by the Packers. And I quote tweeted it and took that's the actual hole that OBJ punched at Lambeau Field. So I just put Jordan Love creeping through. They lost their minds. This thing took on a life of its own. It's got 186,000 views. And what's funny is on the original tweet here, I commented the same thing, and it's got 100,000 views. So they are mad. And again, there's the original that we talked about, right? Where Aaron's kind of peeking through, like, you just punch a hole in the wall, dude. What are you doing? Like, they're as if the locker rooms were back to back, like in the old high school days, right, Tim? But obviously not the case at Lambeau. So just having some fun with it, man. Again, I thought that was hilarious. And this was Richard Johnson here, all right, with only 1,800 follows. Obviously, this is a fake account just poking fun. But it looks pretty legit, though, don't it, with that background with the NFL logo and everything?
Oh, of course.
Anyway, I just love the fact that Lions fans were losing their mind. It didn't actually happen. Shut up, stupid.
Shut up. And you know what? If this game would have went the other way yesterday, you guys would have been trolling the hell out of us too.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, if you can dish it out, you better be able to take it. So take that L, hang on to it, snuggle up with it tonight, enjoy it.
Yeah. O'Day drums in the chat says Clay goes viral. Yeah, and you think if Clay goes viral, he's chasing a chicken down a back road somewhere or something.
Here's
right?
the guy.
But it's the Twitter account's wild, man. I'm telling you, I'm averaging like 8 million views a week or something. It's just absolutely insane. We were trending the other day briefly. Our name popped up trending. I'm like, oh God, I don't know. I feel like I'm doing something wrong, Tim. Like the feds are going to come in and shut me down or something. But we're just having a blast with this season, man. It's been awesome. So anyway, let us know in the comments if you're watching this video back later. How do you feel about Jordan Love? What do you think about that performance? I gotta be honest with you, man. If anybody's got anything negative to say, we're just going to have to agree to disagree because I thought he played so damn good yesterday. Just an awesome game, spreading the ball around, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. I'm excited to look at the updated numbers. Imagine what his EPA is going to be. This is a perfect example of EPA and things like that, Tim. On that play to Wicks, and I can't wait to show it on Chalk Talk where we'll actually show the clip. He's fading back, and I think it's Aleem in his face. It's a big defensive tackle. And he's got a hand in his face, and he kind of hits Jordan in the chest as he lets it go. He don't even get the whole arm into it. His arm talent is amazing. But we want to hear from you guys in the comments. Let us know what you think about Jordan Love. And if you're new here, first time tuning in, appreciate you guys hanging out with us on Victory Friday. Make sure you hit subscribe and click that bell icon so you're notified when we go live here in the future. Anything else you want to add to Jordan Love, Tim, before we talk a little Micah Parsons dominating yesterday, man?
Yeah, I think it's been said before, but I think we should say it again. I don't want to hear anything more about Jay Money not being a franchise quarterback. You guys are absolute morons. I don't know what the hell you guys are watching or have been watching the last couple of years, but Jordan certainly is a franchise quarterback worth every damn dollar that we paid him.
Yeah, it's true, man. And anybody who knows how to evaluate quarterbacks, they say that. Now, I'm not saying us. I'm talking about people like Kurt Warner, Hall of Fame quarterback, breaking it down like that. When Jordan would have bad games over the last couple of years, he would point out why he had a bad game. He'd be like, hey, look, in this choice route, this receiver ran the wrong route. Like he should have took that to 12 yards as opposed to 10. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I understand that level of the concepts and the choice route aspects of any offense. But I always try to look at the opinions of people that have pelts on the wall, like there's an old saying. Actually, Aaron Rodgers used this quote recently. He said, what I learned was never worry about criticism from a person that you wouldn't take advice from. If that person, you don't have enough respect for that person that you would be willing to take advice from them, why the hell do you care what they think? Right. And that's why I try to focus on former NFL players, former coaches and this and that. Some people going, well, what about Rex Ryan? If you haven't caught on to Rex Ryan on ESPN, that he's playing a role there, like he tries to say the most outrageous stuff, and it's hilarious. He thinks he's like, oh, I'm crushing this because he goes viral. You go viral because everybody's laughing at you because you're a dumbass. That's why you go viral there, Rex. And it's crazy, too, because he's a great defensive mind, Buddy Ryan's son, this and that. But, yeah, it's just, again, we're fortunate enough in this time that we live in with social media and YouTube and everything else that we literally have access to Hall of Fame players who are going, hey, guys, here's what's actually happening on the field. That's the stuff John Gruden, another one. I'm going to be listening to John Gruden break everything down, which, by the way, all the people that say that John Gruden's a racist, watching him on the sideline at that Pitt game and how many former players, former coaches, current coaches of all different backgrounds and ethnicity and everything coming up to him and showing him love was just like, how were we painted this picture that he was a racist because of a text he sent, a private text, making fun of the way somebody looked? And I didn't have this in the show notes, but that blew my mind because when you hear people talk about certain folks like that, you go, oh, okay, man, maybe they're a bad person. And then you see them interact with people of other races and everything, and they absolutely adore him. Josh Jacobs thinks the world of John Gruden. It's like we get. I think a lot of it's politics driven. Everybody gets in their corner and they want to fight back and forth and this and that. But I just want to say that popped in my mind. It's another one. Gruden, I know he gets animated and he says stuff that makes me cringe. But if you focus on the information and the order in which he goes through those game preview breakdowns is phenomenal, man. That's how coaches think. It really is. Michael with the super chat. Thank you, Michael. Says, I agree that the Bears are more of a problem than we want to admit. Caleb is a product of great coaching, dangerous, knock them out first. Amen. Amen. Right. And again, there's things he's not doing well that eventually will probably rear their ugly head. But if you continue to win long enough, and then all of a sudden he figures those things out, now they've really got something. So again, we can be Packer fans. And like Michael said, just kind of admit when other people are playing good football too, or at least figuring out ways to win ball games. I can't wait for that watch party later today. It's going to be awesome. Mike Witt with the super chat. Over, under. Micah finishing with 16 sacks this season. I say he finishes with 16 on the dot. What do you think, Tim? He's at, what's he at, 12 right now? 12 and a half, something like that?
I think he finishes with 600 sacks on the dot. No, I think that's fair. We could see him crack 16. You never know. I mean, what do you have, 2.5 yesterday? I mean, you average that out. I guess we'll see how it looks, when we break down the matchup against the Bears, in the trenches. But I could see that being realistic. I don't think Mike's off at all. I'd almost say take the over.
Yeah, I mean, it does kind of feel like that. The only reason I don't I look for unders to bet on. I don't look for overs because more things can go wrong than right. Like if you got a player, okay, I think he'll be over this amount. Well, he turns an ankle in the second quarter as a receiver. Guess what? There's the overs out the door, right? There's just a few more things that could go wrong than right in that regard. But if you're just asking me if I had to guess here, yeah, I think there's a legit shot he cracks 16. Yep. He may go on. You may get a game or two where he gets 3 sacks in one game, and all of a sudden he's looking at that in the next 2 games, right?
Yep.
So again, it's just the injury stuff that concerns me. Like if he gets banged up down the stretch and we decide, all right, we're going to sit him out the last 2 weeks, let him get healthy for the playoffs, that can kind of hurt the over-under, which is why I don't put a whole lot of stock in over-under talk anyway. But right now I would say, yeah, I think he's got a really good shot of cracking 16 sacks for sure, man. So thank you for that.
Don't mess with Shiesty Micah, man. Whenever he's got the old Shiesty on, it's business time, baby. Let's go.
It is. And don't mess with Jordan Love when there's a turkey leg on the line, all right? So, all right, let's talk Micah Parsons. Continue here. Micah Parsons and Igbare with the 3rd down sack. Here was the call over on Fox. This was early in the game. Obviously, the 3rd down sack here that they split.
Micah Parsons gets double teamed. Goff still in trouble and sacked anyway. Guess who got there? Double team didn't matter. Parsons and Enoch.
Right. 3rd and 15, let him pin his ears back, beats a double team, gets the sack. And then we fast forward here, Tim, a little bit later in the game, and it's kind of hard to see what the timestamp is on this, but this was a 3rd and goal. So there was a 3rd and long sack that Micah got. And then this is a 3rd and goal situation. Micah Parsons getting the sack as Detroit was knocking on the door there to score a touchdown.
Angle, Goff, pressure, in trouble, hit and dropped. It's Micah Parsons again. Bingo.
Get used to hearing it, man. Get used to hearing it. When you watch that play, I'm trying to see what they did with him. So they line him up on the left side, inside shoulder of a tight end that chips him into the tackle, and they're running what we call a TE stunt. So the tackles completely collapse the pocket, and then Micah shoots into the A gap. He loops off of that on kind of like a scrape technique. And it looked like that was Warren Brinson that completely plowed through the line there. If I'm looking at it correctly, I believe that's who it is. Actually, no, that might have been Devontae White before he got hurt. But just a phenomenal play there by the defensive line. Those guys completely blew up the interior. Micah loops around and gets the sack. So, man, it's just so cool to see Hafley dialing these pressures up. And again, you say, "Oh man, great blitz by Hafley." No, they're only bringing 4 on this play, Tim.
Yep.
That continue to get pressure with 4. And then you got literally 7 guys standing at the goal line going, "Where are you going to throw it, Goff? Oh, by the way, Micah's about to be kicking your rear end." I about said something else, but we'll keep it PG-13.
So patient on the pass rush too. Allowing that line to collapse, allowing the play to develop, and then Micah doing what he does, just finishing strong and ending that play. I love it.
Absolutely, man. Just a phenomenal play. And then this tweet or this IG story he put out, boy, you talking about all in the feels. This was awesome. I love the fact – you can go ahead and drop that down for me, Tim. Appreciate you, buddy. I love the fact that Micah immediately, rather than going, yeah, I'm great, look at me, he shares it here and pays homage to Reggie White. All right. And he puts a Drake song up there, obviously, with the IG story. Micah Parsons, I put Micah Parsons so damn happy to be a Green Bay Packer. He posted this photo of Reggie White on his IG story. So freaking perfect. Both of them pointing up to the sky. Obviously, Reggie, a very religious man, and Micah the same. You see all kinds of tats that he's got, and he's always talking about God and this and that. For someone to play so mean on Sunday. Now, listen, I don't think Micah is as devoted to the cause as Reggie was. Reggie was all about, man, feeding the hungry and building churches down here in the South. He went to college about an hour from where I'm at down at UT. But it's just so cool to see Micah kind of embrace this whole, again, man, when you look at them, they're 2 different players. I don't think Micah's at Reggie's level. Micah is a great pass rusher. And he's a very good run defender as well. Reggie was one of those dudes that was just country strong. Listen to Mike Wall when I interviewed him for the show one day. He said, "Man, I got to hit Reggie White one of my first camps in the league." He's like, "I've never met anybody that strong." It's just like it's literally like hitting a wall. So pretty cool though, Tim. What do you think about this, man? This gets you in the feels too. When I seen him throw Reggie up there with him, that's absolutely awesome.
I think this is Micah really fully embracing being a Packer. You heard it in the locker room speech after he got the game ball. Saying that he appreciates this organization for bringing him in and believing in him. I think he fully understands how much Reggie White means to, the Packers and, also the Eagles and also the Carolina Panthers, but particularly the Green Bay Packers. So the comparisons are always going to be there. The parallels are always going to be there. And it's just awesome that he embraces that and, pays homage to the legends that preceded him. And you can't tell me that Micah didn't watch some Reggie White tape and pick up a few little pointers from the film room in the film study, because we've seen Micah use the old rip move and his version of the hump move and speed rush and things like that. So I think it's awesome.
Yeah. And J. Cole in the chat says, studying Reggie White towards the end of his life made me appreciate him even more. Could not agree more, Jay.
Yep.
And this may not even be what Jay's talking about, but what I appreciated about Reggie is he got to a point in his life where he realized, okay, I grew up in the church and I'm all about God and this and that. And I haven't even taken into consideration that maybe some of the stuff I'm reading might not be 100% accurate. Doesn't mean you go out and condemn other people. What did he do? He got lost in the Hebrew Bible. He went right back to the original. All right, let me dive into this and see. He learned how to read ancient Hebrew so he could figure out, okay, what did the original text actually say? And he was seeking truth for himself. Pushed back a little bit on the popular narratives within the Christian community. That got him blackballed from a lot of places, which he didn't care. I think he was just out to learn a little bit more about what his faith was. If you guys go watch Minister of Defense, ESPN. I think it was the one of those whatever they're called, 30 for 30s or some kind of documentary with ESPN. It's called Minister of Defense, and it shows you where he made some comments early in his career or mid toward the backside of his career, maybe the mid range. I think he said them in Milwaukee that really ruffled a lot of feathers. And then later on in life, he started to realize, I think I might have been wrong there. And he kind of embraced that and seeked out truth. It's just a really cool documentary. If you're into spiritual stuff, if not, probably won't like it. It's more about that than it is football. Obviously, Minister of Defense was his nickname. So really, really good documentary if you get a chance to check it out for sure. Again, I love the fact that Micah's kind of embracing that comparison to Reggie. And then, of course, we had some other stats. And AFM, I know what day of the week it is, bub. I don't need you to tell me that. And if you don't like it, you can bounce. It's all good, bub. Not a big deal at all.
Oh, can we take advantage of this opportunity? Because I'm glad that you brought that up.
Mm-hmm.
Just real quick, let's go back to AFAM's earlier comment. We were talking about the way we played and the way Jordan was playing. He's got comments saying, well, I think he said squint your eyes because we beat a battered down Lions team. Okay, well, what were the Packers? Were the Packers not battered down? AFAM goes on to say, we're acting like Jordan Love is Patrick Mahomes. No, we're not, because Jordan didn't catch the L like your boy Patrick Mahomes did.
Have you watched Patrick this year?
Do we not realize Amon-Ra was out? We have been lucky in the regular season past 2 years. Lucky? Well, Amon-Ra was in the game week 1 when we put belt to ass. And he played in some of this game yesterday. I think we still would have put belt to ass even with him out there yesterday. So, AFAM, relax on the trolling, brother. We all know you're a Chiefs fan. I don't know why you hang out in the PTA podcast all the time trying to troll people, but got on my nerves today with that. Go put some Kleenex in your eyes, wipe the tears away from that Chiefs loss yesterday. You'll get over it.
You can tell the people who are bitter when the Packers win too. I love it. I actually enjoy it a little bit, man, because it tells you a lot about who they are, you know. Yep. And let's say he is a partial Chiefs and a partial Packers fan. Let's say that is the case, right? If you are a partial Packers fan, imagine coming out of a game where you just beat a division rival who's been talking trash the last 2 years. And by the way, I know Amon-Ra St. Brown got to start that game. We didn't even get to start Jaden Reed. That's been our leading receiver the last 2 years. You conveniently left that part off, right? Okay, they're without Sam Laporta. We're without Tucker Kraft. You conveniently left off that part. Well, they're without their starting center. We're without.
So were we.
You're conveniently leaving out that part. Well, you know, I tell you this, you're talking about their defense being bad, right? Well, they were without Kirby Joseph, right? Well, we were without Quay Walker, our green dot, Mike linebacker. You conveniently left out that part. So, whether people think Nate Hobbs is a bad football player or not, you just paid him in free agency to come in and be a starting cornerback. We were without him. We could go on and on. We could do this all day. The reality is you got to line up and play. And at the end of the day, Packers kick the Lions' ass. And you got a guy in here claiming to be a Packers fan who just seems to be upset about it. That tells me probably not a Packer fan. Probably just
sit your butt outside.
So it is what it is. And people are quick to prove their ignorance. ML Football with a tweet. Legendary Green Bay Packers pass rusher Micah Parsons is the first player ever in NFL history to have 12-plus sacks in each of his first 5 seasons in the league. Micah is still only 26 years old and on pace to be one of the greatest ever. Pretty cool shot there of obviously just a storm brewing above Ford Field. I love the fact, I mean, literally, when you become the first player ever to do something, my goodness. What else is there to say, right? Because first ever, Tim, that includes Reggie, right?
Yep.
It is what it is.
That's unique, right?
Yeah.
There's only one first ever when you hit a new milestone like that. So you got to tip your cap to Micah. Like I said, Micah's got to wear the shiesty the rest of the year, man. He's unstoppable with the shiesty on. Let's go.
Got to. So Nick McSwain says 38% pressure rate, right? And just going back to that quote tweet we covered in the postgame show, Micah Parsons, this is from Next Gen Stats. Micah Parsons generated 10 pressures and 2.5 sacks on Thanksgiving for a 38.5% pressure rate, the highest in a game since his rookie season. Parsons created 4 pressures and recorded 1.5 sacks on only 6 pass rushes on third down. That is insane. Absolutely insane production there. 38.5% pressure rate. it's just a cheat code, man. And the get off was 0.89 seconds was, I guess, his average there. So just a phenomenal game from Micah Parsons. If you'll get that turkey screen grab for me, Tim. This was our boy Tom Brady given the LFG award, the player of the game. You know what the acronym means there, LFG. This was him giving it to our boy Micah Parsons. This was the post-game interview. The original LFG player of the game, Micah Parsons, joins Tom Brady after the Packers Thanksgiving Day win. So here is your LFG award winner of the week, given by Tom Brady to Micah Parsons.
Another awesome day by you, your defense, the D-line. How special, and I know you played on this day in Dallas a few times, but how special to play on Thanksgiving Day and to contribute the way that you did today to your team's win?
It's extremely special. You just wake up in the morning feeling thankful. I'm just a lucky person because I got my kids at home. I got the kids for the holidays, and I'm going to sprint home to the kids, and I just miss them so much. I can't wait to hug them and, the dad realize their sacrifices. You know how hard it is, Tom. Yeah. So I'm just thankful to be here. I'm thankful to be in this game, and I'm thankful to be representing the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, and you're doing such a great job of all those things, including being a great dad. How about you and your play style? You've been able to impact the game, run game, pass game. We showed a lot of that today. You never have the ball in your hands, but you have so much control of the game. How do you explain that?
Just the mentality, Tom. Just like every time I come into the game, understanding how they're going to attack me. Going into year 5, this was the year I felt like I was going to make my big jump. I was going to be the best defensive player in the league, and I feel like I'm doing that. I'm hitting on all facets in the run game, the pass game, understanding situations, D&Ds, just the full game, man. As a player, you're just young, growing, and you're very talented, but you're still trying to find a way to put it all together, and I feel like this is the year for me.
Yeah, you've certainly done that. Thanks so much. One last question. What's your definition of a turducken?
Something that's they try to set me up right there. I was about to say something crazy.
Don't you worry, baby.
Hey, just something.
Just enjoy eating it.
Yeah, just a big turkey leg that's juicy and delicious.
You got that today. Enjoy it, bud. Enjoy it today like you did. Enjoy it tonight when you get home.
Absolutely awesome, man. Seeing him get the notoriety he deserves there from the greatest quarterback in the history of the game. I think so. I know some people may disagree with that. That's totally cool. But just some other cool shots. I'm going to risk it here because this one's worth it. We were going to play the entire Turkey Day celebration, but we're just about out of time. This cracked me up, Tim. This is Warren Brinson after the game. All right. If you guys haven't seen
Stackhouse, that's not Stackhouse.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Nazir Stackhouse. I apologize. Which is a hilarious personality. If you watch him and his antics, I'm so glad he's a Green Bay Packer. Yep. Fox Sports NFL tweeted this video out. So you see some of the event security, right? Guys, I guess that work with the league, work with Ford Field, and they're sitting there eating the turkey. And you see Nas like, hey, you want to bite? And the guy shakes his head. He goes, no, I ain't allowed to. Watch. No, I can't.
Then he looks around. Hey, where's anybody watching?
Nas gave the same look I did back in the day in the Wilder days. You just kind of give him, we're good, man. Come on, dude. You're all right here. You got go ahead and hit that. It's just, I love how he's talking. He's not making eye contact, and you can see him talking out the corner of his mouth. Like, come on, man. You just grab your piece. Finally, our boy gives it. Watch him look around. All right, hell, let's do it. Look at now, yeah. God, I love this team, Tim. I love it, man. There's something special happening in Green Bay. There really is, man.
So true. Love it. I think Nas Stackhouse is gonna fit in just fine long term in Green Bay. I hope he continues to develop too, and looks like he's going to get some more opportunities here in the near future. So, rooting for that guy.
J. Cole says Detroit security is eating with the opponents. LOL. Awesome, man. Absolutely awesome. Stackhouse is awesome. Says Steve, know the policy. Let's see here. Donovan Schilling says Stackhouse is top 5 players I've ever met. So down to earth and amazing with the kiddos. Love it, man. And again, there's a reason that the Packers draft these type of people, right? And in his case, it was an undrafted free agent, but obviously very interested in getting him on the roster. The fact that they went out and got him immediately after the draft. So
we love our Georgia Bulldogs, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely, man. So yeah, what a cool memory for the workers too. Yeah, it's awesome. But and again, it kind of starts at the top, right? This segment was about Micah Parsons, and you can just tell him giving thanks, him sharing the limelight with Reggie White and paying a little homage to him and then talking about his teammates and how special it is to be a Green Bay Packer and all those things. There's something special happening in Green Bay. And I think Micah Parsons is Tim, when we got Micah, I expected him to be a superstar. I didn't expect him to have this kind of impact in the locker room. He's really surprised me because you heard all the stuff coming out of Dallas that is kind of a little bit negative. He does a podcast. He complains about teammates. He does this. Could not be further from the truth, man. I think he wanted somebody to believe in him, and Jerry wasn't willing to give the money to believe in him. And that's exactly what he said, man. I'm so thankful this organization believes in me. So absolutely awesome. Anything else you want to add to Micah before we wrap up, man?
No, I'm glad that he's a Packer. Sometimes, you got to rub your eyes and pinch yourself because you feel like you're dreaming. And sometimes it still doesn't feel real that he's still a Packer. He's actually a Packer. But we're seeing it, and I can't wait to see him go off against the Bears here.
Yeah, absolutely, man. All right. So there you go, guys. That's Victory Friday. Appreciate everybody hanging out. Well, first of all, let us know in the comments what you think about Micah. Do you feel like I'm going to ask the question. It's going to be a controversial question. Well, do you think Micah Parsons is on par with Reggie White? Do you think when it's all said and done, they will be talking about Micah Parsons being just as good, if not better, than Reggie White? I'm not quite there yet, but I want to hear what everybody else thinks in the comments. We're watching this video back later. Let us know. We want to hear from you in there. And make sure you hit subscribe and click that bell icon so you're notified when we go live in the future. Like later on today, we're going live for a hate watch party. All right. Chicago Bears against Philadelphia Eagles. We'll be bringing you play-by-play, score updates, stat updates, all that good stuff. We'll also, during that game, we'll talk a little bit about the playoff picture and what's on the line. If the Bears lose, obviously the Packers will be in first place in the North, and how the rest of the playoffs may or may not shake out. It's just going to be very laid back. It's Black Friday. The ladies are probably out shopping. Let's hop in here. And the ladies are welcome in here, too. If you're doing your online shopping, you can hang out. Listen to us call the game and trash talk the Bears, and hopefully the Eagles can get a dub while you do your shopping online. I'll be doing some shopping today too, to be honest with you, from right here with my feet up, Tim. I ain't going out there and fighting that crowd. You kidding me? So come in and enjoy Black Friday with us, and let's watch the Bears take this L from the Eagles, and then we'll go live again tonight at 6 p.m. Central for PTA Live. We'll be bringing you all the PFF grades from the Packers went over the line. So thanks to everybody in the chat. You guys and gals were awesome. Mike Witt, thank you so much for the generous donations today with the super chats. Michael Diesel Train as well. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support. Dennis Shook, enjoy the game, buddy. Thank you for being in here as well. And thank y'all for making this a special Thanksgiving, man. It was fun doing the pregame, postgame show yesterday, and the Packers bringing home that W over the line. So, Tim, buddy, 31-24, Packers get the dub. And Victory Friday rolls on. But will you be in here for the Bears game? It's okay if you can't. I know you got stuff going on. Will you be in here for that?
I should be available. Yeah, I'm planning on being here today.
Cool. Even if you just jump in for a little bit.
Yeah. Watch the Bears take that L. Come on, I can't miss that.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast, man. So,
for sure.
All right, guys, we'll see y'all in a few hours. Everybody go heat up those leftovers. I know what you're doing. And make sure you hit like for us. That helped. I'm telling you, I've been crushing it with the likes. We can see the difference it makes with the channel. If y'all just take a quick second and hit that like button, we greatly appreciate it. We'll see y'all in a bit. Everybody enjoy your day. Go get some rest, all right? Get the rest of those meat sweats out of you. We'll see you.
Here we go. We're out. Bye, guys.